Okay, see y'all.
Describe the people in Staten Island.
People in Staten Island, homie. I feel like people in Staten Island homie because everybody's so close. It's like everybody knows each other around here. You feel like if you know somebody who knows somebody, then you know that person. So that's how I think. That's how I feel like that.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good and bad thing because if you're familiar with people, you can get around and like you cool, and you know, I mean, you won't have a hard time if that is a thing. But at the same time, you get comfortable, and when all these people are familiar, it's like, oh, this is all we need to know. It's like sometimes when you want to grow, it's not a good thing. When it's all you know is 15, 20 people on the island. You feel me?
Are you proud to be from Staten Island?
Alright, so I'll tell you this was gonna be a tricky one because I'm not really from Staten, but I've lived here the longest. Like I've been around the city. Then I moved here in the beginning of high school, but I've lived here the most, and I could say that in a way I am proud because I showed up at a time when things were getting better for the youth. I showed up like in high school. I showed up at a time where, you know, the kids who were athletes who were starting to, you know, make their name in college. Showed up where the creatives were starting to really get their wave going, and people were doing what they wanted to do. And I know I was at the forefront of that with photography at my school personally. There was people before me, you know. There was, you know, the older kids, but they wasn't trying to make it big like the way we are trying to make it big these days. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of that part of it.
Do you agree with this statement? Well, yeah. Staten Island doesn't have the same hustle mentality as the other boroughs.
No, I agree. 100%. Because again, the hustle is comfortable. When you get to a certain point, you think you made it, and then you start going to Brooklyn, you start going uptown, you start going to, you know what I mean, the Bronx, and you're like, oh, these people are making it. Like, bro, like, I mean, I don't even have to like, yo, Cardi and A Boogie and like all these people from uptown, like, you know what I mean? You're talking about basketball, you don't talk about basketball, you're talking about Jelly Fame, you're talking about all these kids that's going to schools in Texas, schools in Florida, going upstate. Like, it needs to be from within, it needs to be from the island to be able to grow a little more. So, you know, I do agree with that statement.
What do you think could change about that?
Change has to come from Staten Island. You have to realize like this is not it.
Yeah.
This is not it. There's more. There's a lot more, and that's the blessing of being from all over the city. Is I know that for a fact because I experienced it. Like this is not it. I personally felt like I shouldn't have to feel like I'm some alien or some like, you know, some special person because I know these different places around the city. Staten Island is a lot of talented people. Staten Island is a lot of very nice people, like with like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't have to stop here. We should reach out to, we're a community if you really think about it. Yeah. Like Staten Island is a strong community, but you have to realize that you're a strong community if you're gonna outreach to the rest of the city, because this is not it. It's not just the island. It's not just the Verrazano Bridge. It's not just the Staten Island Ferry. Take that Staten Island Ferry, bro. Take the 4 or 5 train uptown, bro. Instead of just hanging out in downtown. Take that R train or take that A train all the way to Rockaway, bro. Like hang out in Coney Island, go to Queens. You know what I mean? Go to Harlem. Go to the basketball tournaments in Watson, Gersh, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Why do you think there's a bunch of shit talk on the island?
Because it's competition. Everybody looking at everybody like it's competition, right? Yeah, you are a community and you're close, but it's like who's gonna make it out? And then that's where it all goes downhill. It's like we could all make it out. Like we don't have to beat each other up, bro. This city is enough for everybody in this city. But when you start thinking about who's shit talking in Staten Island, it's the people who don't know that. It's the people who think, oh, I have to be the biggest on the island. Nah, bro. George Pressler, you guys know who he is. Kid who started parties. He went from doing the parties in Arthur Kill, and now he's in Miami, bro. Like it's a no-brainer. He did his thing. Whoever talks shit about him talk shit. You know, I wasn't with the party wave when he started it, but yeah, all power to him. Like you just have to like stop looking at it as like, oh, I'm gonna make it out the island first. Nah, bro, make it. Everybody gonna make it out the island if you really know what you're doing.
Yeah. So that's more like within the Staten Island community, right? What about other people shit talking on the island?
Well, they shit talking on the island. Why? Because we're comfortable. They seeing us like we're not even making the effort. It's like, oh, like they seeing us. Oh, they're not.
We're not applying enough pressure.
We're not applying pressure. It's not the city that's holding us back. We're not applying the pressure.
Nobody helps each other.
Nobody helps each other. I think I talked with Derek about this. Yeah, it was on my YouTube channel. Me and Derek was talking about, yo, if we don't come together, nobody's gonna make it. Blaron Lata, he's a basketball player. So, like, if he goes around to these other basketball tournaments around the city, they'd be like, who's this white boy shooting? Who's this kid, bro? Who's this Albanian kid, bro? Albanian. Who's this Albanian white boy shooting the lights out of the gym?
Yeah.
Like, if you really think about it, like, even that system is Staten Island too. The sports system is like, oh, we know who we know.
Yeah.
Making it doesn't mean like
Being on top.
right. Making it doesn't mean being on top. Making it is like people knowing who you are without like having to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Making it is like leaving a legacy.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be rich to get off the island. You don't have to be rich to make it off the island. Just have a legacy, bro. That's the one thing I've been doing for myself is I don't care about how I look. I don't care about like how much money I make. Like it's me type shit. Like you was telling me before. I know you, like some people they're nervous. They don't want to say nothing bad about nobody or whatever. Nah, it's honesty. It is what it is. Like it is what it is. You gotta have to face that shit to grow. And the island needs to face that shit to grow because it's all about comfort and there's not enough effort. Simple as that.
Is there still hope for the island?
100%. 100%. The hope is that the talent needs to speak for itself. Like the talent just don't try to make a wave. Try to leave a legacy. Like your wave is gonna last 6 months to a year, bro. Try to make that shit. Like try to make your name ring. Like down the line. Like Andy, he used to go to Wagner. He has a fashion line now. I think it's called Outcast New York. And he slowly built it, right? But why are people buying his $100 hats? Because it's like, yo, he stuck with it.
Yeah.
He made a legacy. Instead of trying to make a clothing brand that sells just to make a quick buck in 6 months, like be rich in high school type shit, have his wave, girls on you, all that. He went with Outkast. He started with the heart designs and the skull and all that, and then he went to making $100 hats, bro. The Angels hat with the like, y'all know who he is. Y'all, if y'all see the hats, y'all know who he is. But that right there is a legacy. That right there is that kid made it. He made it because he did his thing.
Any words or advice to anybody from Staten Island trying to just do something creative?
Or anybody watching?
Your creativity is gonna come from you going out and seeing the world. The creativity is not gonna come from you sitting down and brainstorming and thinking that those ideas, because you sitting down and brainstorming to make a video is gonna force it. You gotta go out and see the world. Just go out, have fun. The blueprint is right in front of you. Experience life, and that'll be your inspiration for all the creatives that's Staten Island. Go out, see the world, experience it. Go skydiving, bro. Like that's a video right there. Like just be like, people are like, oh, I don't put my life on social media. It's alright, don't put your life on social media, but then, you know what I mean? When your life is supposed to be your personal brand, you gotta, have fun with people. Don't post it when you're doing it, post it after. If you're like, one of those people that's oh, the evil eye, or you don't want people like, talking about you or whatever, blah blah blah. Like just turn it into something. Like live life. That's it.